Well, we are back. Session 2. New campaigns are always so interesting. Trying to figure out your character, whether or not you like them yet, because it's like, especially when your previous campaign, your character goes all the way to 20, and you're like, you kind of do what Alex did and go running into the first fight thinking, oh wait, I don't have a lot of hit points. I mean, even though we're already level 2, but it felt like the last session was definitely deserving of an additional level, so that was pretty cool. And I got your backstory, Mordain, so you're all good. And where did Ivar go? We're gonna do a recap. I hope he's there. Hopefully he's eating or he's wandered off yet again. All right.
He knows we're live, right?
What's that?
He knows we're live, right?
Well, he knows now, yeah.
This is against our contractual obligations with this channel.
You got a contract? What?
Well, was that just me? Oh, okay.
You probably are the main theater professional here, so that makes sense.
Oh my god. So, where we last left off, we had described Exandria, and more importantly, the condition that Tal'Dorei is in here at the beginning of an age known as the Era of Restoration. This is the time of great chaos and calamity after the solstice and the collapse of the conflict between the material plane and the gods that are now forced to walk them in their mortal form. With the kingdoms of the world of Exandria with their eyes looking away and turned towards other challenges, here piracy has become the way of the ocean. While the rebels are still active, mostly though the pirates that sail off the coast of Tal'Dorei are in it for themselves, with different pirate factions vying for control over the many archipelagos. Thank you, I did it. Over the different archipelagos, the atoll islands and other small and medium-sized islands that kind of flank the western, southern, and eastern waters off of Tal'Dorei. Here, the team find themselves on the Leviathan, under the control of Captain Sable, a mysterious drow. The team had their first mission. The ship bombarded a small town community called Regal, sent the team ashore to look for something that he referred to as the Bishop. Once they encountered the commoners of the town and put down any resistance, the team headed inside to one of the temples that was in the town and discovered that there was a painting inside the temple named the Bishop. The team realized that there was a map on the back side of the painting. The painting was grabbed by Kunlun, and the team then retreated back to their tenders and headed back to the Leviathan after completing their task. Once on board the Leviathan, it was Kunlun who began to kind of meditate on the idea of who the Bishop is. And we begin to realize that the Bishop may be an important figure of not only the community of Regal, but seems to possibly have hidden something somewhere and has left a map to guide us towards what this hidden item might be on the back of that painting. It would also seem that his son, who used to serve on a whaling vessel, perished, and somewhere linked to this painting and linked to the idea of the Bishop, this wayward sailor, nowhere to be found, but maybe missing and maybe not dead, or maybe is undead. This seems to be the mystery that links to this painting. However, the team spent the evening as the ship headed off on its new journey towards a new destination. I believe it was Slick and Kunlin who practiced a little bit of alchemy, as well as having some interesting conversations about the day's events as well. And where we last left off, the team had settled into their long rest, and we are now the morning of day 2 of the journey since leaving the western coast of Tal'Dorei. More importantly, the town known as Regal. It's early morning. You guys could hear the chiming of the bells as crew is called to the deck of the ship. What would you guys like to do?
Go to the deck of the ship.
Dylan is waking up a little bit hungover. He also
Bungo
stumbled.
slides down the ropes from the crow's nest.
Oh, that's right. You slept up in the crow's nest.
Yep.
What the hell happened to Ivar? Where'd he go?
You want me to text him?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm here.
He just. Oh, okay. Well, your camera was off, and I wasn't sure if you were back yet or not. He must be in his shower wear or something. It's early morning. Bungo, as you slide down from the crow's nest and get onto the main deck of the ship. Currently, there is no land in sight. It would appear that you guys are on a easterly heading. So far, no particular threats. The day is pretty much yours for you guys to do as you please.
Slick and Sleek are in their, well, it's not their room. I guess it's the shared workshop area, and he's tinkering with his. Slick is helping him. He's tinkering with his. I can never say this word. Yigwa, Wygla. It's like a boomerang type thing.
Oh yeah. I hate that word. I can't pronounce it.
I was about to say boomerang for the sake of easiness. So that it has like he's posting on little like homing, a homing device on it, and then he matches the homing device onto his contraption under his wrist so that it will be a returning weapon. It'll always come back to him. And he also, when he sits down with that, Slick helps him put some extra on his pistol, kind of like a little laser pointer on his pistol, so that he now can have a +1 pistol to damage on his pistol, because he'll have better accuracy.
Nice. And we'll say that the laser pointer is just like a magically enhanced crystal that you kind of fashion into a brass object that sets onto the pistol, and it like casts out this thin beam of arcane energy to kind of give it that bonus.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Fantastic. This will definitely help me out next time.
And Sleek chirps a little bit.
Yes, we'll get to that in a minute. I need some more components before I can get my fancy boots.
Right now, you guys are all gathered up on the main deck at this point. Eventually, Slick and Sleek show up. Eventually, Zephora, then Mordain, and then Kunlin. As the 5 of you stagger onto the main deck, you can see that Captain Sable is up on the helm's deck, and he seems to be reviewing a map or chart. He sees the 5 of you come up on the main deck, and he quickly waves you towards him. Over here. I have a couple questions and some thoughts in mind.
Yes, sir. Aye, Captain.
Yeah, see, Bungo always seems to get it right. The rest of you, I'm not so sure about. But listen,
You don't hear the voices calling us from the sea?
you know what, Mordain? They make things to calm those voices down. You may want to consider it. Maybe a special tea? I think it's Zoloff, this tea from Iman called Zoloff. It might help. Just saying.
But I
Maybe.
won't hear them.
Yes, well, have the voices quiet down for a moment because I have questions. So, this map that was on the back of the portrait of the bishop, it seems to point us towards an island. Unfortunately, it is uncharted. Based on my study of the map last night, I'm attempting to get us there, but I'm concerned that maybe this map might be inaccurate. Please, any of you, take a look if you would.
Why do you think it is inaccurate?
The displacement of the compass lines, the headings and pointings of the notes seem to point me in a 4 days journey direction towards this island. But last night I checked the charting of the stars and I felt as if the compass markings might actually be in reverse, but I'm not entirely sure. Any of you have survival or mapping skills that we could possibly rely on?
I've been wandering for a couple of years, and maybe if I know the biomes that are in it, I could kind of guess where that's at.
Oh, well, it's in the middle of the sea, Bungo. How's that for a biome?
Well, I mean, is it a tropical island? Is it a desert island? Is it lush? Is it,
What are you planning? A
is
vacation?
it a sea stack?
And I thought I was the technical one.
A rock? Volcano?
What a good little crewman you are, Bungo. With your eye cap and things.
It's just so creepy. Sorry.
He does the best Sephora deadpan. I love it.
Mm.
You studied
Takes
that
some
one
time.
Silicon
I get
Valley
used to this.
CEO, didn't you?
Mwah.
Mwah.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Ivar gave you a kiss.
Right here.
And I'll pull out. I have a. Aww. I'll pull out a little like oh my gosh, what is it called? The spy, the eyeglass kind of thing that contracts.
Telescope?
The
Thank
telescope.
you. Well, isn't there like a handheld one that's called something different?
Spyglass.
A spyglass. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, a spyglass, and I'll fix a few like thin shards of crystals over it.
By the way, I
Crystals.
dropped the map in Discord for you, so
We're really not an experienced pirate crew. We don't even know it.
We don't even.
Oh,
I'm not originally a
So-
pirate. I just learned to be a pirate. So, and
so
I'll
anybody is
over to
free.
Bungo.
Anyone
Over to
is
Bungo.
free to give me a survival check to see if you can kind of figure out these compass settings and information on the map and see if maybe Captain Sable might be correct.
Captain, in my journeys as a monk, I have had experience of seeing some hidden ink. Do you want me to check if there is hidden ink on this map?
I would be grateful for any assistance that any of you could give me.
May I see the map for just a second?
Yeah, he turns it around on the table and kind of pushes it over to her.
Kunlun bends over and starts licking the map.
oh, the taste, the hearing. You must listen to the map.
Scratch and sniff. Scratch and sniff.
he licks the map.
As he's looking it,
No, is he?
his ear to it to listen.
Oh my god, it's hysterical. I mean, what is Kunlun trying to identify by licking the map? What would like?
Is there any
I don't
spot?
know if that's how that works. But okay.
Is there any spots on the map that like have maybe hidden ink or hidden charts or something like that?
I mean, that feels like either an insight or Arcana check. You choose.
Roll for lick.
Let's do insight.
Roll for lick.
Tastes like ink. That was that.
What'd you get on your roll?
5.
Yeah, tastes like ink, canvas, and paint, and like painting's been sitting up on a wall for like years. No real identifier of like any kind of magical inks or paints.
Can I take a couple crystals, different shades of different colors of like just like crystals to like put over the map to see if there's like hidden if there's like
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, Nick Cage.
or something.
You go for it, Nick Cage. Let's see how that works.
You know how you always see those shows where like the doctors or whatever have like different color different colored glasses or whatever, they can see different spectrums. So he's gonna try and do that and see if there's any like special writing or something like that.
Oh, I love it. So as you hover, like you take out the different colored crystals, you kind of hover over the map and you're kind of looking through it. Technically, I think this would be an Arcana check for you.
Okay.
Because you're using kind of a combination of like low magic and like these crystals to kind of see if you can figure out what's going on.
19 plus 5, 24.
24. It's the blue crystal. As you pass the blue crystal over the compass coordinates, you begin to realize there are a separate series of numbers and directions underneath the notes that were written on the map. You immediately point this out to the captain and he kind of gets this look on his face of frustration. Damn it. And then he immediately turns to the helmsman, make your course corrections, and begins to bark out orders and course corrections. You guys feel the ship heave over and is no longer going due east as it is now going southwest. You can feel the winds shift and the ship kind of lurch forward as he kind of reaches into his pocket and goes, well done, Slick, and then flips you a platinum piece as you grab a platinum piece from the captain.
He bites it.
Oh, thank you, Captain. Thank you. This will buy me my fancy boots.
Lucky.
I'll buy you dinner. Don't worry.
All right.
Meals are included in your crew service, but
He doesn't do that. He doesn't have to do that.
And I'm the cook, so.
Oh. Wow.
That's what everyone had, Terry.
Awkward.
And he's
Or-
just very awkward.
What was that, Slick? Oh, a Sleek? Oh, yeah. And he's just kind of
like take off. As you guys disperse across the deck of the ship to kind of do and fill in, you guys are more of a morning, afternoon, or crew shift, like doing the basics, handling the rigging, cleaning equipment, and keeping an eye out. Everybody give me perception check, because you are required from time to time to keep an eye out on the horizon.
Natural 20.
Nice. For a total of
Nice.
7.
23. What'd you get, Mordain?
7.
7?
The water. I am staring at the water.
You keep watching the same dolphin come up and over. What'd you get, Kunlun?
Stat block for
9.
dolphins, by the way.
9?
Kunlun is meditating on the nature of the waves.
Yeah, like both Mordain and Kunlun are staring at the water and just kind of rocking with the ship. What'd you get, Slick?
11.
11. And Zephora, what'd you get?
Sephora doesn't care, so she got a 7.
All right, let's get these shitty rolls out of the way.
Kraken.
Mungo, since you enjoy it so much, you climb back up into the crow's nest and you kind of take on the responsibility of lookout for the next couple of hours. Before long, on the southern horizon, you can see a sail and a ship. It's
Ship-o!
maybe, as you bellow that out to everybody, you watch as the captain quickly goes up to the helm deck, pulls out his spyglass, extends it, and then looks in that direction. To quarters! Beat to quarters, now! And you hear a blast of a horn and drums. You could hear the cannon whales get flipped up. You could see the cruise deck coming up and into the cannon's deck as they kind of prepare the cannons just in case. As the ship begins to get closer and closer, eventually the captain... there does not seem to be anybody on that ship. Interesting. You watch as the helms pulls the ship over and banks at an angle. You guys are now maybe 200 feet away from the ship. Their gunwales are closed, so their cannons aren't even ready. The sail looks to be a bit tattered and worn, but from this distance, no sign of anybody on the main deck of the ship.
Kunlun tries to smell the air and identify if it smells like disease.
Medicine check.
Smelling, tasting. He uses all his senses.
What'd you get?
21.
21. There is a bit of a sickly dead smell, like a rot. There definitely is a rot smell.
Captain, I would not come close to the ship because it smells a little bit like a disease.
Like
They have-
disease.
It
But
smells
they have
like-
no
I
they
was
have no
spec-
flag marker denoting such a thing. We would see corpses on the ship, don't you think, if that was the case?
Let's go investigate.
Don't know. It smells like...
Zephora, get your crew together. Take the tender over. See if there's anything worth value on that ship.
My crew.
Yes, Mordain, Bungo, Slick, and Kunlin.
No. Okay. Well, if you want to
I was going to give you a new crew.
just some of the disposable ones, maybe.
I'm sorry, I'm out of red shirts.
Mhm.
I do have a familiar now, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
I posted a picture in the Discord, and it's Faye, and I would send it over to scout the ship.
The question is, did you
then
put it in the right Discord?
Never
No,
mind then.
not ours.
Yes, it's
Not
right
in-
below the map.
Bungo, you really have to speak up if you're going to do something so you don't waste my time. Now I'm standing in a boat. I have to get out of it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you down there.
So as you guys gather up your equipment, heading over to where the tender is being lowered to the deck so that all 5 of you can get on board the tender, and then you feel the tender lower into the water. And Kunlin, as you grab the oars, you begin to brace the tender and taking it over in the direction of the abandoned ship. Kunlin, give me a strength check, if you would, please. Or you can give me acrobatics or athletics.
10.
10. It's a bit of a wait. Takes about 5 minutes to get the tender over. You guys feel it butt up against the ship, and you notice that there are ropes hanging down from above, maybe about a dozen of them, and they've got seaweed kind of lining them, like seaweed has kind of like latched on and has grown up the side of the ropes that you can see. And now that you're closer, definitely everyone can smell that same kind of rotting smell as well. To get up onto the deck, you'd have to climb the ropes for about 20 feet to get up on the deck. Kunlun ties off the tender so that it won't obviously float away while you guys get onto the ship.
14 for a nature check on that seaweed. That seems
Yeah.
odd that seaweed would grow up.
Yeah, it is. That's when you realize it's growing down, like it's draping down the rope. So there might be something on the main deck of the ship that's causing seaweed to grow, which is definitely strange.
Are there any
Any-
barnacles on the ship? Like, is there any signs how long the ship has been out in the sea?
At the waterline, you can see a lot of barnacles. Give me survival, Kunlun, as you try to see if it allows you to know how long the ship's been out.
15.
Yeah, it's got quite a bit of barnacles on the hull of the ship. In fact, the hull of the ship doesn't look as healthy as, like, being too far away, things kind of tend to look very simple. Now that you guys are close up to the ship, the hull of the ship is not very well cared for. You can see that the amount of barnacles, Kunlun, tells you this ship's been at sea for a year. But what's really strange, the ship is like, it's moving with the current. The sails are up, but they're kind of fluttering strangely. Like maybe the sails aren't attached to the yardarms or attached to all the different masts to keep it moving. And you can see how the Leviathan is currently slowly kind of tacking and working its way around the ship, keeping at a distance per Kunlun's caution. And you could see the captain up on the helm's deck looking down towards you guys 200 feet out. And you can see his spyglass is out. So he's watching you guys as you're now connected to the ship and begin to realize the ship's in a little bit worse wear than you expected.
Morden or Sleek and Sleek, could you check for magic on this ship?
I'll climb up one of the ropes.
Zephora, give me acrobatics or athletics to climb up the rope, if you would.
Let's see.
I'll climb down the rope and I'll see what the water has.
My aerobics.
Cool.
15.
15? Okay. With that, Kunlun, as you instruct Slick and Sleek and Bungo, or in Mordane, to see if there's anything magical about the ship, you watch as Zephora leaps up on one of the ropes and is now kind of just very slowly climbing up the rope. Clumps of the seaweed are falling down into the water. Mordane, you watch as a clump of seaweed falls into the water. It suddenly begins to animate and then kind of quickly disappear into the water.
Interesting.
So give me an Arcana check to see if there's anything innately magical about this ship.
That is.
What'd you get, Slick?
I thought I was rolling arcane.
Yeah, I thought he was rolling it too. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's fine. No. Mordane's like watching as a animated piece of kelp just kind of took off on its own.
16 plus 5, 21.
21. There is a strange sense of magic about the ship. It's hard to identify it. It's hard to focus on where it's coming from. But there's a feeling that there is something about this ship that's a little strange.
Okay, so other than this odd smell, there's definitely something strange with this ship. There seems to be permutation of some magical something happening here, although I can't quite identify it.
Yeah, I don't know why seaweed would be growing down.
That,
It doesn't make sense.
it's definitely odd for nature to work that way, but probably has something to do with this magical, whatever it is. My instruments don't seem to be working very well. I don't know. I need to get a touch up on them.
Zephora, you lift a leg up over the railing, and you're now on the main deck. Looking around the deck of the ship, it looks like it's been abandoned for some time. You can see clumps of seaweed, kelp, and other growth on the main deck. You can see that it's partially growing up the main mast, growing over the railings and down the side of the ship, down into the hull. The helm's deck is abandoned. You can see the helm's wheel is up there. The sails look relatively tattered. There's a captain's door into a captain's quarter that you can see is slightly open. It's slightly ajar. You can hear it kind of clacking in the current and wind. In the background, you can see, the Leviathan kind of cruising along in the background beyond, kind of circling the vessel. Give me perception, Zephora, as you quickly kind of glance around the deck.
Perception. 17.
17. There are shadows, almost like a flash fire took place. And you could see the outlines of bodies in parts of the deck, almost as if like a major kind of fire just suddenly erupted and turned people to ash, and the only thing left behind was kind of like a shadow of their former physical selves. You kind of walk the deck looking around. The planks of the deck are squelchy, like this has been exposed to the elements for quite some time. Some planks are cracked through. You kind of count at least maybe they had a crew of 12 to 14 on the vessel. Hard to know for sure. There's the door to the captain's quarters, and there's two open hull doors to allow you down into the main hold. You can see stairs leading down. So far, no sign of anybody's physical remains.
I'll see if there's a captain's log that could tell us more about what happened.
Okay. As you head on over to enter into the captain's quarters. So far, for the four of you down in the tender, no sign of Zephora coming back, no sign of her calling out. So as far as you know, she's up on the main deck.
Kunlun also goes up to the deck.
Okay. Kunlun, give me acrobatics or athletics as you climb up the rope.
12.
12, good enough. You guys watch as Kunlun is now heading up towards the main deck. Anybody else heading onto the ship?
Is the boat secured to the tender?
Yeah, there are multiple wrought iron kind of eye hooks that you can lash the tender to the side of the ship.
Okay. If it's secured, then I'll climb up as well.
Okay, give me acrobatics or athletics as you begin to climb up.
9.
9. For Slick and Mordain, you notice that Bungo slips about halfway up, loses his grip, falls off the rope, and there's like a thud sound as he hits the tender, bounces off the tender, and then sploosh into the water. Bungo, take 3 points of falling damage, if you would, please.
Oh, overboard!
Can I
Ow!
Slick is gonna quickly grab. Slick is gonna quickly run up to my arm and kind of like transform himself into kind of like this grappling hook, so I can like reach it out to Bungo to pull him back up into the thunder.
As you reach out to Bungo to pull him back up, Mordain, what are you doing while Slick is recovering Bungo?
I'll be investigating to kind of see, like, we've been seeing, like, we saw that there were, what was going on, and just kind of see, like, investigating what else is here.
With the whole of the ship?
Yes.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
That is a 22.
22. Slick, as you reach out to grab Bungo, you notice a huge mass of seaweed suddenly kind of crawls up out of the water, lashes onto Bungo, and is now trying to pull Bungo underwater as you grab onto Bungo at the same time. Bungo, give me a strength save with advantage because Slick is trying to pull you out. Mordain, you notice that the seaweed barnacles and everything that are on the bottom of this ship are animated or alive. You're not sure which, but they are
15.
tendrils of seaweed that just seem to be very active and animated. What'd you get, Bungo?
15.
15. DC was a 14. Slick, you just barely managed to pull Bungo out of the grip of the seaweed. The seaweed kind of flays apart and then pulls itself back into the water and back into the shadow of the ship.
Oh my gosh.
You
That
okay?
was weird. Yeah.
Does anyone else notice like, what's going on, like with them?
Well, Bungo and Slick definitely noticed something because the seaweed tried to eat him.
You gotta feed the barnacles. It's the only way that we're gonna know what to do. Just give and I help them. I try and be like,
Feed the barnacles what? This isn't a zoo.
at the same time, I'm gonna kind of like help kind of get them out of the way, like avoid that spot.
Yeah. You reach down and pull Bungo back into the tender. Mordain, as you reach down, while Slick is helping Bungo and you're also helping get Bungo back into the tender, your eye caught some movement underneath the ship. Like there's something down there. And currently Kunlin and Zephora are up on the main deck, so you're not really sure what's going on up there. But Mordain, there's something underneath that ship.
I
Someone looks over and says,
do a detect magic.
I'm going to do detect magic.
Yes.
Kuno looks over and says, "What are you guys waiting for? Why did you cut it up?"
I fell in the water, and the seaweed tried to eat me.
Well, try to eat it back.
It's too much.
Okay. Do you need a hand to get up?
Yeah, or I could go under.
I think I do have the
See if
beach
there's a
one
hole
with
in the
me.
bottom or something.
Zephora starts handing out red shirts.
Thanks, Captain.
So, Kunlin, since you're up on the main deck, you look over towards the captain's quarters. You can see Zephora has opened up the door and gone into the captain's quarter. Bungo wraps his hand around the rope, and then you pull up the rope and pull Bungo onto the main deck, leaving Slick and Mordain down in the tender at this point. Zephora, as you enter into the captain's quarters, it is almost as if it was left at a moment of time. The captain's bed is unmade. There's an unfinished meal covered with mold and everything that can grow off the rotting leftovers of a plate of food. There's spilt glasses, broken wine bottles. There's at least 3 kind of like steamer chests placed throughout the room that are closed. There's drapery and all manner of just kind of strange cloths hanging about the place. But it has very musty and dank kind of like old smell to it while you're inside. There's some bookshelves, a desk that you can see with some writing material on it. You can actually see a cutlass and a brace of small pistols hanging off a hook. The cabinet holding all of the captain's clothing has opened and spilled onto the floor. And the interior of the captain's quarters is very kind of like damp. The floor is moldy and squishy as well.
Do I see like a captain's log or anything?
Give me investigation as you start looking around for a captain's journal or captain's logbook.
Ooh.
While
Dirty
Zephyr
20.
is,
Go ahead, Kunlun.
Kunlun just sits down and kind of like tunes out all the sounds like of the sea, of people, going around, whatever, and just tries to see like if he can focus on anything unusual, on any unusual sound that could be like somewhere in the background that normally you wouldn't hear because it's overwhelmed by all the things. But he's using his monk training to kind of like subtract all the usual sounds to see if anything unusual remains.
Yeah, give me. Does that feel like insight or perception with it?
Perception.
It feels like perception with advantage, maybe, or insight with advantage, as you're using like your inherent monk skills to try to focus on the different noises.
Natural 20. Wait, natural 20? Is that how you know it? Oh. Dirty 20. Sorry.
Dirty 20. There you go.
Yeah.
Zephyr, what'd you get? A 21?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 as well. There is a couple things that you see on the desk. You do find the captain's log. It's currently open to a page that has a date on it, and that final page with a date has a half completed sentence, as if that captain was like in the process of doing a journal entry for that day. Like the sentence is very mundane. Like it comes up beginning with the role of the crew, and then that's all it says with that first sentence, because it just looks like it just stops. It's exactly a year ago. The journal kind of indicates that maybe something happened a year ago based on the date of the page. The name of the ship is the Maiden's Breath, and the captain's journal indicates that the current captain of the Maiden's Breath is Captain Morpheus. There appears to be log entries for about a dozen crew, from what you can tell: a first mate, a cook, a ship's doctor, or a ship's cleric. It does not seem to be a pirate vessel. It is a transport vessel, from what you can tell from the log entries. Down in the main hold should be just tons of kind of general goods and supplies. It appears that the ship was meant to sail to Amman, the capital city of Tal'Dorei. But as far as you can tell, it doesn't look like it made it. And something definitely strange happened to the crew.
I'll check the chests.
Okay.
Traps and then open them.
As you head over to check out the chests, Bungo and Kunlun, you guys are now on the main deck as well. What would you like to do?
Bungo is checking out this weird seaweed, seeing if there's an origin of it and why it's behaving the way it does.
Yeah, give me nature or survival on that one, Bungo.
Did Kunlun hear anything unusual?
I'm also looking for any 15 for any
15
weaknesses it might have other than fire, which I think is probably obvious.
Well, it may not be weak to fire because it's very damp. It, like, you reach down and as you clump onto it, a lot of water squeezes out of the seaweed and kelp, which tells you it's fresh and alive. The tendrils of the seaweed all seem to lead towards one of the front holds of the ship that would then lead down into the decks of the ship. Kunlun, all the noises filter out. The sound of the wind, the waves, the sound of the sails, everything begins to gradually filter out, and you can hear a very slow but steady thump, like almost like a heartbeat. You hear a that's the one noise you filter through that sounds extremely unusual at this point.
I hear a heartbeat. Is it one of you guys? Can you stop beating your hearts for 1 second, please? Never mind. Let's do that.
Bungo dice.
Okay, just takes out a knife, just
Go
like
dice.
Can you hold your breath for 10 minutes, would you please? Slick, you and Mordain are still down on the tender. What are you two doing?
I was casting detect magic.
That's right. Ritual or instant? Because ritual's 10 minutes if you have it as ritual. But I don't know if warlocks can cast ritually.
It is concentration. Concentration then. I got a 22.
22.
Wait, or is it 20? What is it? It's based on what modifier?
Well, I don't think you need to roll for detect magic.
Well, because I'm casting a spell. So the question is, am I using a spell set?
It does.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you're good on casting the spell. It doesn't fail. That's right, because we don't use spell slots. So as
the
you
ritual tag, so I don't know if you want to do that.
well, it doesn't. We don't need to use ritual now because you don't use spell slots. So it's kind of
Yeah.
one less thing to have to worry about. Mordain, about the magic sphere erupts around you. And you focus on the water line and you focus on what looks like something moving in and out of the bottom of the ship. Like you see something kind of pulse out and then pulse back in, pulse out and pulse back in. It's very quiet up on the main deck. No sense of any kind of activity up there. So it doesn't sound like Sephora, Kunlun, or Bungo are in any kind of trouble. But you kind of feel like you may have to get closer. You don't detect any specific magic, like school of magic yet, but I think it was Slick or Bungo were pretty adamant that they felt there was a kind of strange magical awareness about the ship.
Okay, I'll trust them on that and investigate.
Are you going in the water?
Yes.
Slick, you watch as Mordain dives into the water. As soon as you dive into the water and you begin to tread water, you see that all the kelp and seaweed attached to the bottom of the ship begin to get very animated and kind of moving about. You watch as clumps of seaweed begin to form and spiral together and kind of shoot towards you like a large tentacle, but it's made up of braided seaweed that's kind of like arcing towards you underneath the water. Give me a dex save, if you would, please, Mordain.
That is the 17.
17. You quickly shift to the right. The braided tentacle seaweed kind of misses you, knocks into the tender. Slick, you feel the tender rock like something hit it hard enough that it kind of almost caused you to lose your balance. And you can see Mordain is treading water, and the seaweed around him is very active.
It's alive!
Kunlun! We got trouble down here!
Yeah, Kunlun doesn't respond.
Oh, my God, Bungo!
Does Bungo hear?
Yeah, you can hear Slick calling up.
What's going on?
The sea is attacking! Mordain, I think he's in trouble!
As you look over the edge, you can see Mordain's in the water and the seaweed is beginning to swarm around him.
Mordain just looks like he's just like.
Did I see that? Or
Yeah, you see it. Yeah. You look over the edge, you look down. There's Mordain in the water, and he's kind of like treading water, and seaweed is just kind of like swarming all around him. Not quite trying to grab him like it grabbed you, but it's swarming around him, like almost like it's trying to figure out what he is.
Would Kunlun hear that?
Yeah, Kunlun, you heard Slick call out as well. So you come running over, and you and Bungo are looking over the rail, and you can see that Mordane's in the water being swarmed by seaweed.
Kunlun throws one of the ropes to who? To Bungo?
Mordain.
To Mordain.
Mordain.
Yeah.
Mordain, a rope splashes right alongside you.
Why'd you throw a rope?
Catch the rope and go up the ship.
But the problem is here.
It's at that moment, a tendril of seaweed wraps around Mordain, pulls him right underwater.
Oh, that foolish man.
Bungo jumps and shapeshifts dolphin.
As you jump in and you quickly turn into the form of a dolphin, hitting the water. As you get underwater, Bungo, you can see Mordain has seaweed wrapped around his legs. He's being pulled towards the underneath center of the ship, towards something attached to the bottom of the ship. It's almost like a mass of exposed, like just strange kind of like tumor-like mass, where it just looks like a gelatinous kind of liquid with seaweed connected to it, and Mordain is being pulled towards its center mass. Mordain, Mordain, can you breathe underwater?
Not yet.
Okay. What is your con bonus? What's your
My
con
con
modifier?
is 2.
What is it?
2.
+2. So you have 2 minutes until you start drowning.
Okay.
Bungo, you have more time. You're a dolphin. You can hold your breath longer.
Yep. 20 minutes, and I have blind sight 60 feet. So I don't know if that helps with my little echoey things. Do I recognize what the hell this throbbing heart jelly thing is?
Actually, that's a pretty good description. It looks like an inverted jellyfish has attached itself to the underside of the vessel, and there's tendrils of seaweed connected to it. Give me a nature check. See if you recognize what this thing is.
17.
17.
It's just how happy I am to see you.
You've heard of these things. It's called a sculpin. It is a mass of jellyfishes that kind of come together, and when they do, they kind of form into something similar to a shambling mound. But at their heart is this gelatinous body of jellyfish that kind of come together, and it's always said that when they are either interacted with magic or they consume something magical, it causes the sculpin to come into existence. It's basically a large mass of jellyfish that becomes sentient. Unfortunately, you're a dolphin, and Mordain's underwater. Mordain, give me a strength save, if you would.
That is a 4.
You are unable to break the connection with the seaweed. You're getting pulled closer towards the center mass. You got about a minute left before you start drowning.
I am going to start doing Eldritch Blasts right to the seaweed.
You just go ahead and give me an Eldritch Blast. Roll.
That is an 8 plus 5 for 13.
13. You watch as at the last minute the tendril kind of pulls you offset, and your Eldritch Blast kind of deflects off some of the seaweed. It doesn't strike the mass. Bungo, you just watched as Mordain took a shot at the center mass underneath the ship.
I am going to, let me know if you'll allow this. I want to try speak to animals with my Ghostwise telepathy. And it's a ritual, and it's a ritual, and I'm a dolphin. So that's a lot of.
Well, I mean, we
ifs.
really don't need to mess with ritual casting anymore because we don't have spell slots. So,
Okay.
so give me a casting roll. See if you pull this off.
And I forgot what I need to roll.
You need to roll a what level's the spell?
It is a level 1.
So you need to roll an 11 or higher on a d20, and I believe you're wisdom or intelligence based.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. You can add your wisdom modifier to it.
Okay, that was the question.
No, actually, I forgot. Spellcasting modifier. What's your spellcasting modifier?
It's also +3.
Okay, which is the
Spell
same thing.
attack is +5, but modifier is +3. So
Yeah,
16 +3 is 19.
19. All right, the spell goes off with no problem. You now hear in your mind a sense of hundreds of toddler-like voices in your head, and they're all saying the same word: mine, 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 mine.
Okay.
And Mordane is
No.
being pulled closer towards the center mass.
No, not yours. No, not yours.
Mine, mine, and like picks
Bad,
up.
bad. Poison, poison.
Give me a deception check as you try to convince the creature it's eating poison.
7.
No, persuasion. Sorry, persuasion, not deception.
Also a 7.
7. Mine, mine, mine. And Mordane's getting pulled closer and closer. Mordane, go ahead and take another Eldritch Blast as you center in on the mass and blast at it.
That's a. Oh, that was better. That's a
What'd you get?
14. I got a 14.
14. Unfortunately, the armor class of the creature is 15. So it's just barely going to miss. Once again, as you're getting pulled closer, you're kind of being dragged back and forth, and the shot reflects off of some of the seaweed, rebounds up into the ship as you miss the creature yet again. Bungo, Mordane is within seconds of being pulled in towards the creature, and you watch as Mordane's last bubble of breath kind of evacuates out of his mouth as he is now drowning.
Okay. Let go or you hurt.
Another persuasion check.
Let go or you hurt. That would be a 12.
A 12? I mean, this thing's got intelligence -2, so suddenly Mordane is let go. Mordane, you feel your leg no longer wrapped by the seaweed. All the seaweed tendrils have pulled themselves closer in towards the center mass, like it designing to protect itself. Whatever the creepy little dolphin next to you did seems to have freed you from the seaweed tendrils, but now you're out of air as you take 6 points of damage. And what do you do?
He's just doing a really creepy smile, and he's starting to swim to the surface.
And I'm
Start
going
swimming.
to dolphin assist him.
The
My
dolphin
nose
got
in his crotch.
Ah!
You feel Bungo in his dolphin form come in behind you and like jam his nose like right in between your legs and push you straight up, and you kind of like Kunlun and Slick, you see like this perfect like dolphin performance where Bungo the dolphin pushes Mordane up out of the water, and Mordane is like doing like that perfect kind of like ballet pose, but he's standing on the tip of Bungo's nose. Mordane, you feel your breath come back into you, and you grab onto the side of the tender and pull yourself back into the tender. Zephora, give me an investigation check as you examine each of the chests.
Kunlun comes over to Zephora and tells her that he hears a heartbeat and like something is alive. He also tells her what happened with Mordane. And
Okay. So Zafora, as you're examining the chest, you can hear Kunlun come in behind you. He tells you that something is alive underneath the bottom of the ship, and Mordane almost got taken by it. And that he can also hear a kind of low thudding heartbeat deep in the main hold of the ship. What'd you get for your investigation check, Zafora?
Oh, sorry. Okay, 16.
16?
Yeah.
The chests are all locked, but not trapped. There's probably a ring of keys around here somewhere.
I'll look for the carrying keys so I don't have to waste my time picking them.
Okay. Give me another investigation as you start looking around the captain's cabin.
Here's my investigation. I got 12.
12. Hanging on a brass hook right behind Kunlun, like he's at the doorway looking at you. To his right, hanging on a brass hook on the door frame, you can see a key ring with 5 keys on it.
All right, I'll get that.
You kind of grab it off the hook. They're various sizes. There's like one really large key, and then the 4 remaining keys are smaller and of different varying smaller sizes.
Okay.
Maybe one of these keys is designed to open up all the chests, from what you figure.
I'll try
Looking at the
one.
What I would say, looking at the locks of the chest off that investigation roll, the big key that's on the key ring is probably for the chests.
Oh, okay, I'll open them.
Okay. There's 3 of them. Start with the first one on the left. You pop it open. It is filled with random assorted weapons. Nothing too fancy looking. Maybe all the crew's weapons were being stored in here for some reason. Scimitars, cutlasses, daggers, short swords, cudgels, throwing sticks, and some other devices kind of inside of here. There's a sense that either these were confiscated or put in here very quickly and haphazardly. It's strange.
Okay. So possibly a mutiny brewing or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. What's the other chest have in them?
You pop open the middle chest. The middle chest is filled with a lot of personal items that must have belonged to the captain. More precious items. Paintings and figurines and collectibles, as well as additional clothing is in here as well. You do find a strange like bone case about and it feels like there's something rattling inside of it. It's maybe about 8 inches long and only about an inch in diameter. There's definitely something inside.
I'll take it.
Okay.
For later observation.
The third box pops open. It is filled with the revenue of the ship and the treasury box of the ship. There's a small iron box with about 100 gold in it. There's also a small wooden box filled with an additional 115 gold, sorted out in little individual leather pouches. Maybe it was used to pay the ship's crew.
Okay.
Underneath those 2 boxes in that larger box, you find a pretty well charted map of the southern trade routes between southern Tal'Dorei and Wildemont. So it's a trading route that seems to lead from the south horn of Tal'Dorei and off towards the port areas south of Wildemont. Probably the most obvious one is the port of Zadash that you can see on the map.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take the gold.
Okay.
And walk out with Kunlun.
Okay. You and Kunlun head out, and you're both back on the main deck. No sign of the others, but it doesn't sound like they're in trouble anymore.
A heartbeat in the ship, you say? Is that what you're telling me, Kunlun? Kunlun?
Yes, there is heartbeat I hear. It's a
Oh,
weird heartbeat. And not our heartbeat. It's like a
and
magical heartbeat.
you said somebody got taken or something?
Yes, some tentacles or some seaweed tried to eat.
I go up to one of the open hatches, poison spray.
Just like poison spray down into the hatch.
Yeah, and then I walk over and to get into the tender. Take that heartbeat.
Nothing happens. I mean, you let poison spray go on down into the but as you're standing like looking down and you let the poison spray out, there's a lot of crates, barrels, and other items down there, partially covered in like really thick gelatinous seaweed.
Yeah, no. I think I'll stay up here.
The forest like, I'm not taking that bait. So you and Kunlun are
risk.
You two are heading back towards the tender.
Yeah.
Eventually, Mordain, Bungo, and Slick, you watch as Kunlun and Zephora come back down towards the tender. Zephora's got some small, medium-sized boxes and some other items.
Log too, so I could read it.
Okay, and you took the captain's log as well.
Bungo stayed under and wanted to chat more with the sculpin.
Okay. While all that other stuff is going on, and you stay underneath to talk to the creature underneath the ship, it is like talking to a toddler. Their language is so simple that you realize that you have to talk to it in a series of yes and no's from a standpoint of conversation. And the best you can figure out is that at some point, enough of these jellyfish had collected underneath the ship. There was some water rot on the part of the ship they collected, and then something magical fell into their mass and then created this sentient creature called a sculpin. And you get the feeling that that might be what caused it to come into existence. So somewhere in the hull of the ship, some kind of magical item interacted with these creatures and created them.
Okay, I'm going to try to reason with it to tell him it's time to go.
Give me a persuasion check on that one.
Ten.
They just keep saying the word mine over and over and over again, not willing to detach itself from the ship.
It's precious.
It's my only. It's precious.
If it stays, it burns.
If it stays, it burns?
Yep.
That feels more like intimidation. You can give me intimidation on that one.
11.
11?
Middle of the road today.
Yeah, it does not want to detach itself from the ship.
Did we just... Oh, I was like, did we just lose someone?
My guess is laptop died, because that's his... Whenever Alex uses his phone, that's usually his default for his phone.
Yep. It's almost backed up. To plug it in.
This will be my last try.
Okay.
No food left here.
Yeah, persuasion on that one.
Seven.
Yeah, it doesn't want to let go. Whatever it's gotten onto, it wants to keep it.
Yep. Okay.
And that's when you notice another kind of like patch of jellyfish kind of float up from below you and invert and kind of like attach to the center mass of the other.
Getting smarter.
No, it's just getting bigger.
Bigger. Okay.
You get the feeling that as this ship drifts, when it comes into more of these jellyfish-like creatures, it's going to bring more of them up to its center mass.
Okay. Well, my 10 minutes are probably up, so... Well,
You head back up, and you head back up to the surface. Zephora and Kunlun have loaded everything onto the tender. Slick has unfastened the tender from the ship, and Kunlun is kind of bracing into the oars. You guys catch up with the Leviathan. They quickly drag the tender up towards the main deck. The captain comes walking down from the helm's deck. So, what did you find?
Well, there's a sculpin attached to the bottom of the ship. It's getting bigger. Something, it ate something magical, or there's something magical in the hold. And I'm sorry, that's a bad voice. And it ate something magical in the hold, and it probably made the creature there. And it's stupid, but it doesn't want to let go.
Hey, Mordane's got a suicide wish.
What happened with Mordane? He seems fine.
He went after that creature, let the creature take him.
You say he seems fine, more into and water just...
He was vomiting out of his mouth.
With a starfish.
Well.
I knew he was off his rocker, but come on, I mean, my goodness.
That thing's laden with stuff, with equipment.
Do you think it's worth coming aboard and tethering to it and taking what they have left?
Well, from what I know about how sculpins become, there's some type of magical something or other that would have animated it, made it come into being. So there's at least something magical in the hold.
I'll check out that bone case. I'll give the captain the money and the captain's log and the maps I collected.
Okay.
What does the log say?
I don't know. There was a chest with all the crew's weapons in it, I looked like. So I said something about the crew was his last entry. And then, I don't know, it might have been a mutiny or something. But it looks like they're on their way to Amman when it happened. So when I look down inside, there's a bunch of crates and stuff down in the hold.
Well, definitely finder's fee for this one. But I think I will take Bungo's advice. Perhaps approaching this creature is not the better part of good judgment. I think that maybe, shall we say, blow it out of the water. Make sure the sculpin cannot fool anybody else into thinking that it's a ship worth discovery. Guns crews. Target the ship.
What's in the bone case?
The cannon fusillades go off. You pop open the screw top of the bone case. There is a wand inside of the bone case.
Oh, here, Mordane. Here's a toy for you.
Toy for me?
Yes. It even comes with a case.
It even comes with a case. Hey, Mordane, you watch as Zephora hands you an elderwood wand. You're not sure what it's charged with, but it's definitely a wand.
Probably a fireball from the looks of it.
I have identified, so...
But that's just me, because there's little powdered crewmen all over the deck.
Go ahead and roll your casting ability, if you would, please.
The chorus of screams must have been delightful.
17.
17 goes off. It is a wand of magic missiles with 3 charges.
Ooh. I like that.
Well,
Bingo! You think that Skripska thing, magical item thing, whatever, you think that's something we could probably replicate and use as a weapon?
The what?
Well, whatever it is that you saw down there, that you said it was collected by some item on the ship, right?
Oh, the the being, the sculpin, is a massive jellyfish that clumped together, and then something in the hold, probably a strong magical artifact, kind of mutated it into a creature.
Yeah.
So I don't. It might still be in the hold. I don't know.
Do you think we could use it as a weapon?
The creature?
No, the artifact, the item that
I
created the
don't
creature.
know. I don't know if it could have been something mundane, like something to keep the vegetables fresh.
Oh. Good point.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, after the fourth volley of cannon fire, you watch as the ship breaks apart and is now slowly sinking. Well, that should put it in its proper place. Helmsman, back on course. You guys feel the ship got to lurch over and kind of circle back around to catch the wind gauge, and is now back in a southwesterly direction, heading towards the island called the Island of Knowledge, which is listed on the map. After discovering the secret kind of compass headings underneath the compass, you guys are now back on your way. It's now midday at this point. Technically, you're not on crew anymore, so the rest of the day is yours. What would you guys like to do?
We're not on crew anymore? We're not part of the crew?
No, you're not on crew. It means you're not on
We're off watch.
Oh,
you're off
gotcha.
watch. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna see if I can take a little bit of real estate along the poop deck, up behind the helm,
Okay.
and get some planters and get some fruit trees and vegetables growing.
Give me a nature check as you manage that.
Do you want to use our night soil
11.
for your planter box?
Not a bad idea.
Before it drops like a bucket of shit right by you.
The
Thank
There
you.
you go.
ship already smells horrible.
Why
Bungo.
is it round pellets?
Why do you have to make it worse?
It looks like rabbit dung.
And that's Coonlin's droppings.
Eat more cabbage.
I need to eat more cabbage.
Why is it shaped into little
He only
cubes?
eats whole
Little
grain.
cubes.
I can make you also borscht.
He only eats hard grains. He must have some sweaty rockers.
If anybody needs it, you can go ahead and click off a short rest.
Yes.
Short rest. Undrowned now.
Undrowned.
I take a drowning rest.
So Slick and Seeker, seeing what
Yeah,
happened
sick
to
ship.
Mordane, he's gonna try and make a potion of water breathing with his alchemist chemical kits, in case Mordane decides to go
Do that
and
again.
Do that again.
We'll use your spell modifier for that. So give me, for starters, give me a Arcana check to put together the ingredients. Oh my god, that baby's so cute.
14 plus 5.
So 19. So you put together the ingredients for it. You have all the components because of the workstation that's down in the lower hold. Now give me a Arcana check, if you would, please.
8 plus 5.
13.
13.
And now just give me a good old-fashioned D20 with your wisdom or int based.
I am int.
So give me an intelligence check with your modifier.
Hate my camera.
Why don't you get a new one?
13.
13. I put the DC at 11 because water breathing is not too complicated. So you make 1 dose of water breathing.
All right. So it's gonna. He goes over Mordane.
Hey, Mordane!
Yeah.
Hey, I made you something in case you want to go diving. And
You're
we're
so
getting pulled.
What did you make me?
I know everybody's giving you gifts today. It must be your birthday.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for reminding me.
And he hands over this it's like this little vial, and it's like fizzy type liquid in it.
Yeah, so next time you're in the water, if you drink that, or if you drink that before you go in the water, I haven't really tested out if you have to do it in the water or outside of the water, but I'll let you figure that all out. And then it'll give you some water breathing, so you won't drown.
Perfect. More time in the water.
Yeah, sure. Better you than me. Okay, back to work. Geniuses never sleep. My work is never done.
And he kind of goes back to his.
Kunal
Okay.
actually visits Slick. Hey,
Okay.
Slick. I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's that?
Can you make me a weapon? I have a specific weapon in mind.
Sure.
It is going to use a chain and a sickle and the weight on the other end of the chain. And I can swing it and hurt people and entangle them with the chain and pull them towards me.
Hmm.
I think that's a real life martial arts weapon. What are those called?
It's called I forgot Japanese. It's
Sickle and chain.
Okay.
Sickle and chain.
That's the shorthand version.
Kusarigama.
Kusigama. Yeah.
You know, let's not butcher any more languages tonight. We got one guy that can't say boomerang, and we got
You try saying it.
boomerang.
Yukla.
Well, but they don't call it a boomerang in the weapons list.
Well, that's stupid. They should just call it a boomerang.
Right.
A throwing stick that returns.
I'm throwing the
We don't want to say boomerang because new
License.
edition.
licensing. Yeah.
Is it just? I mean, yeah, I can whip that up for you, but that's kind of mundane. You want anything special with it? Like, you want it to like be a stick, and then like it turns into that, or you want it like returning weapon to you, or like
Wraps around their neck, and then the ball on the end explodes and blows their head off.
Well,
And then the body
oh,
walks
it's-
around
it's
for a
like
minute squirting
frisbee,
blood.
but a veil comes down around it, and when you yank
That
it, their
would
head comes
be
off.
something to see.
how about when I pull it, and if I pull it successfully, they fall down
Mm,
under my feet, and then I
That's-
step their skull into the dust.
not as exciting.
I mean, you're not really challenging my genius here, but I guess I can totally fashion that for you.
Make a throwing guillotine. That would be cool. On a chain, and then you pull it.
You guys get the feeling that Sephora, whenever Sephora is in port, she watches a lot of bad theater.
You could be master of the flying guillotine, Kunlun.
So I'll go start working on that.
All right, that'll take you the rest of the day for you, Slick, to fashion that. It's not overly complex for you. It's mostly just mechanical bits and bobs of things. You kind of you find a 10-foot long chain. You find a small cannonball that you manipulate and turn it into a counterweight on the chain. You then go and visit the smithy on the ship, which happens to be the first mate, Bozic, who's also a goblin. Bozic and you work on the kind of blacksmith equivalent of welding the counterweight, the chain, and the hook on the other end of the chain. And by the end of the day, like as soon as the sun drops off the horizon and nighttime settles in, You've fashioned his weapon for him.
Can I fashion a little, like on the blade? There's just a little canister that has an electrical charge, so that it can give lightning damage if it hits too. Kind of electrocution.
Sure. I think that'd be pretty cool. We'll say it does 1d4 lightning damage.
Cool. I'll go back to Kunlun and.
Okay, I kind of modified it a little bit. It's still what you want, but it'll see this little charge thing here. It's a conducer, and this conducer will be able to have an electrical charge, and it'll go through with the conductor of the metal, and then into your target, and it'll give us a little shock.
A conducer? You mean it zaps them?
Yes, it zaps them.
A zapper. I like zapping. Thank you, Sleek and Sleek.
I'm slick. That's sleek.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said, but that's okay. It's
there
okay.
fucking
Right.
two of them? Or has he just got a dual personality?
No. Sleek, you see the mechanical crab that always follows Slick. That's Sleek.
Oh, okay. It's the crab. Thank God
Yeah.
it's not the main character.
No, it's not the main.
I have to throw myself overboard and become one with a jellyfish. All right, cool.
Okay, well, glad I can be of service. I got some more computations to make back here, so I'll see you later.
Thank you.
So, Kunlun, your weapon, it does the equivalent damage of a sickle, but it has a 10-foot reach because of the chain. Whenever you hit with the weapon, once per day, it does an additional 1d4 points of lightning damage. No save required. If you hit a target, they must make a DC 13 dex save or be knocked prone by the weapon.
Nice. DC what?
DC 13 dex save.
Okay. Nice.
The day drifts by. It is now nighttime. Anything you guys want to work on during this period of evening before you take your long rest?
Mordain wants to do research, just like if there's any texts or anything on board to kind of like look into his history. Like he wants to look at kind of like patrons and like gods and everything.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, if you would, please, Mordain.
Sephora's going to slink and...
What'd you get?
I got an 8.
An 8? Okay. And what are you doing, Sephora?
I'm going to creep around the ship.
Of course you are.
Can my familiar talk?
Just to see what I can see.
Yeah, it's Fae. Your familiar is Fae or an actual creature?
It's Fae.
Fae. I mean, you can speak Fae and Sylvan.
Okay.
And common. So I would say your familiar would be able to have a relatively congenial conversation with you.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking, like, if it sits on my shoulder like a pirate parrot and talks. That'd be kind of cool.
Is it a parrot?
Hmm?
What is your familiar?
I linked it in Discord.
Yeah, I'm not looking at that.
I threw a picture.
It's a parrot.
You drew a picture of it, or you had AI make a picture for you?
I took a picture of an existing bird.
Very cool.
Called
Cool.
Golden
Okay.
Pheasant.
Basically got a red body, yellow head, kind of bluish white wings, and a very kind of
It's a bird.
long.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't some freaky ass.
But
thing.
it's Faean bird, so it's considered a creature of the Fae.
Okay.
Yeah, cook dinner for everyone.
So Bungo is in the midst of cooking. Yep, there it is. That's Kunlun's weapon.
What? Where?
It's in Discord. Xander just posted a pretty cool GIF. I think it's Castlevania, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Castlevania.
Yeah.
Bungo, because you're learning how to be a chef. What stat block are we using for that? Wisdom?
I was using wisdom and con.
That's right. So wisdom for assembling the meal. So go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
$16.
And constitution, give me a con check as well for the duration of the performance
11.
of the meal. 11. 16 and 11.
And I'll throw some good berries in there as well.
Okay. Anyone who consumes your meal will get a 1d4 temporary hit point. Zephora and Mordain. Mordain, this ship, oddly enough, in the very bottom hold at the back of the ship, at the lowest point of the hold, where a lot of extra equipment and supplies are kept for either repairs or maybe they're just things that have gravitated onto the Leviathan and as crew have rotated or gone missing or crew have perished during the lifetime of the captain. As far as you know, Captain Sable's been crewing the Leviathan for maybe 5 years. You and the others boarded it less than a year ago. And for the last 6 months, you, Zephora, Kunlin, and Slick, and Bungo have been you've been your own kind of crew within a crew, doing kind of the odd tasks and performing the necessary features on the ship. You are rummaging around some old steamer chests, and you come across a book called The Briny Deep. Its author goes by the name of Charzan, and it seems to be a kind of study of the mythos of the deep waters of Exandria and the deep waters of the Lucidian Sea. And it seems to describe a lot of superstition and myth around various creatures and the idea of creatures that people who work on the sea or live along the coast believe could be possibly rooted in a little bit of truth. And over time, that myth has kind of taken over. The book was written before during the time of Divergence, so before the period of Restoration. Crazy Eights. That made me, the flying guillotine one reminded me of the Crazy Eights. I love that one. This book seems to talk mostly about superstitions. However, there is one particular chapter of the book that almost gives you the feel that the author of the book may have actually come across something that was a little bit more realistic, a little bit more tethered to the material plane. And it is a creature called the Shadow Spire. And this Shadow Spire creature is said to live in the deepest parts of the ocean and calls these deep parts of the ocean its kind of ancestral home. And it's believed whenever ships or sailors or anybody passes near this entity, this creature, they hear a siren song. And if you hear this song too many times and too often, it's been known to drive people mad. So mad with curiosity that there are captions in the chapter about somebody suffering from this madness, taking an iron spike and jamming it into their ear in a vain attempt to make the voices go away. Melting candle wax in their ear or lopping off their ears, thinking that somehow that's going to magically cause it to go away. And this entity induces madness. It induces pain for the pleasure of its power. And out of all the chapters in the book, the Shadow Spire seems to garner the most interest to you. Zephora, what'd you get on your investigation roll?
Oh.
It was either a 17 or a 21. I have it.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I think you rolled a 21 actually. Yeah.
Okay.
You had already rolled a 21 because I had taken that note.
Okay. Sorry.
Any particular part of the ship you're focusing on, Zephora?
Really, I'm just like trying to find out more about the crew. So like the captain, navigator, the important people, you know, just snooping and trying to find out what makes them tick so I can use it against them when the time comes to take over the ship. I mean, just to get them to know them better as friends.
There is a feeling of like you use the ship as a background for you just to kind of lean into the background and kind of keep an eye on things that are going on. You spend your entire evening following the different crew members. There's Tovax and Tovik, twin dwarves who are currently deckhands of the ship. Right. There's the ship mage, who goes by the name of Rev Morland Dross. There's also the bosun and healer, who goes by the nickname of Patch, but his first name is Morn. And he's pretty interesting because he's a furbog, and he very much leans into his responsibilities as bosun and healer, constantly making sure that different members of the crew are okay. You see Patch come up from below carrying plates of food and is like, handing it out to Slick, handing it out to Kunlin, eventually finding Mordain and giving it to Mordain, handing it up to Bungo. Bungo's actually up in the crow's nest. So, Morn climbs and here you go, Bungo. Hope you enjoy it. And kind of sets the plate of food down in front of you. He also takes some food over to Bozic, who's currently helming the ship. The captain is inside his captain's quarters, and Bozic is a very interesting goblin who is kind of like a master of knives. He is always wearing braces of knives. That seems to be his go-to weapon that he enjoys. He can throw them. From time to time, he's entertaining the other members of the crew, kind of like juggling these knives and kind of performing for copper and silver in the midst of doing it. There's a half-elf who goes by the name of Kayla Stormrowan. And Kayla Stormrowan is the navigator of the ship, and she is up on the helm's deck as well, with Bozic managing the helm, and she is managing the map that the map is attached to, like an architect's table. And she is currently, like, every now and then rechecking a course. She pulls out the sextant and kind of views the stars and then makes notes on the map and nudges Bozic, and Bozic like, hey, what do you want? Oh, yeah, sure. And kind of makes a course correction. You feel the ship suddenly just kind of move in the direction that she pulls it. She's what you would call a half-elf wayfinder. She is someone who specializes in charts and navigation and who takes her job very seriously. This makes up the core of the crew that runs the ship, including you and your 4 companions as well. There are about another 24 just sailor crew that are just regular crew. They bunk and sleep down below in the gunner's deck. They're the ones responsible for making sure that the cannons work. They make sure that the ship is well maintained. The sails are mended. While you're doing this throughout the evening, give me an insight check, if you would, please.
Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, not
shoes?
18 plus investigation.
Insight.
Insight. So a 21.
21. For a pirate crew, and you've had your fair share of run-ins with pirate crew, this crew seems very well competent, very well fed, and very well paid. Whatever Captain Sable has done, it has garnered him a level of respect from this crew. You listen in on some sailors who talk during a meal, and they sing his accolades. You also listen to another group of sailors that talk about, even though they have no idea where he came from, and there's a deep guarded mystery about the origins of Captain Sable, you get the feeling that this crew trusts him. More importantly, Bozic, Kayla, Patch, Dross, Tovax, and Tovik are very loyal to Captain Sable. They speak amongst each other, amongst other sailors, with the intent of being loyal. You overhear the two dwarves talking to each other at the end of the night. They are sitting on the rear banister of the aft of the ship. They're enjoying pipes and smoking some spice, and you could tell by the glossy look in their eyes, they're getting high as fuck. You know, it's been a long time since we've been home. Do you think the captain will head in soon? I don't know. Quadford's been away for so long. I can't even remember what the little town looks like anymore. Hey, I think the captain's becoming a bit obsessed with this bishop thing. It's going to end up getting us into trouble, and we've got fat purses and fat bellies. Why can't we just go home, spend our money, take our share? The captain's always been good about what they look for. I think we just got to wait and see. Maybe this island holds something special, and we'll all get a big payday. Oh, look it, brother. Your pipe's gone out. Let me light it for you. Kind of reaches down, and their finger turns into a small flame and relights his brother's pipe as they go back to smoking and laughing and eating Bungo's food. And they seem to enjoy eating Bungo's food. Not sure if it's the spice or just the fact that dwarves will eat just about anything, but they seem to enjoy it.
I'll go find Mordain and just be behind him, really close. I'll go.
Just as he goes on a bathroom break.
I'll wait for him to text his back. But I just want to appear behind him and go, I like the way you kill with your tentacles. Very dramatic and bloody.
And that'll wrap the evening. Does anyone else have anything before the long rest?
Kunlun goes somewhere where there's like space and exercises with his new weapon.
Okay. As you begin to practice with your weapon.
Kill Bungo. Okay.
Kill Mordain. Kill Bungo.
Mordain, kill Bungo. That's the last thing on my list. So I don't think I'll get that tonight. No, Bungo turned into a dolphin. What do you see, Bungo? It's like, oh, that's not common.
With that, day 2 passes by. It's the morning of day 3. Everyone can click a long rest if you need to.
When are we supposed to be at this island?
He's trying to find it. That's the current challenge right now, is he's trying to find it. He lost a day's worth of sailing following the wrong coordinates. And so now you get the feeling that the island might be another 2 days away before getting there.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20 on my daily D20. Somebody roll a D10, if you would, please.
Who's the sucker that's going to do that?
I'll do it. That is on the bottom. That's a 9.
A 9. The wind picks up. The edge of a smallish storm can be seen on the horizon that you're currently sailing towards in that general direction. The captain has the navigator kind of plot a course around it, but with the increase in wind, you should arrive at the island 1 day earlier. So instead of 2 days, you get the feeling on midday tomorrow, you should be seeing signs of the island.
Cool.
Third day of travel. Anybody want to do or work on anything?
Keep working on the garden and hang out and talk to the furball because he doesn't talk back. Just chatter.
I'll talk knives with Bosick because I am a knife person myself. So
Nice.
like, do you really enjoy like when their eyelids flutter for the last time when you stick a knife into their liver, or do you like that sigh they give right before they don't breathe anymore?
But I honestly, I don't try to get up close and personal, really, to do the business. I tend to like throw knives so that when they're far away, I can't really hear any of that shit, because I've always heard that if you hear dying people like too often, you kind of go batshit crazy from hearing it all the time. You know what I mean?
No.
Like so batshit crazy that you're creepy all the time. You know what I mean?
No, I don't quite see what you're talking about, but I mean, you don't know what you're missing out on until you do it.
Well,
So maybe I'll try throwing one next time, and you can try one from the back or something.
Well, I mean, you still hear the sound of the knife going, you
The
throw
thud,
it. Yeah, the thunk, that satisfying
that
sound of a knife going into something. Yeah.
Mm. But when they gurgle out of the slit in their throat, it's really like.
Sephora, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Had a great day.
Where are you from exactly?
Around Wildmont area.
Wildmont. Nice.
The coastal area.
Yeah. But you say you're okay, right? You're good?
I look at my body. Yes. Well, except for this cut on my arm.
I
got to kill the other day.
You got to kill the other. You killed someone that tried to kill you, right? That's what that cut's from, right?
Yes, it was the villagers, but I like the way that Mortain called them marauders, even though we were the ones that were marauding them. I like him.
Oh yeah, Captain Sable. He kind of takes the moral complexities out of things for you, really easy.
No, it was Mortain who said it.
Oh, Mortain said that.
Mortain.
Mortain likes to kill people.
He does with tentacles.
Yeah, he's like into that dark magic stuff, right? I mean, like.
I think so. I'm very intrigued. I want tentacles.
You want you want tentacles, like.
I want to make tentacles like he does.
Yes,
I forgot. I have to blink. There we
go. Okay, now wait a minute. Wait 1 minute, like right there, buddy. Yeah. You said you forgot you have to blink. Are you undead?
No, I'm not undead. Do I smell like a dead person? Are you insulting?
No, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, I'm new to this whole dating and flirting thing, so I'm not really sure what's going on here, to be honest.
What's dating?
Oh, that's where like two people take an interest in each other and they kind of, go out and do things. You get something to drink, you go out to a meal, see where it goes.
Oh, so you're like lulling them into a disadvantage so that you can kill them?
No. No. How do your people breed, Zephora? Wouldn't you die out if you thought that way all the time? Like, don't get me wrong, goblins don't live for a long time.
Oh, so is that your mating ritual? You eat?
Well, it could turn into a mating ritual depending on, how things go.
Well, people have a yearly mating ritual. It's really quite fascinating, but I can't get into details.
Your people have a yearly mating ritual. Okay. Well, yearly as in one of you gets to survive and actually have a kid, or
just once a year we have a mating ritual.
You mate once a year.
Yes.
Well, that explains the frustrated look on your face. I think that's frustration. Maybe?
I don't know. What should I look like? What should my face be doing to look normal?
Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you like most people like me? Like, see, I have a big animated face when I'm happy and talking. You just, yep. Bye, Zephora. And he just turns and walks away. He just gets like super creeped out and he turns and just walks. See you, Zephora. Great talking to you. And just kind of heads off towards the other end of the ship.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Meat creatures are interesting.
Meat creatures. Mordain, are you back yet?
Mordain.
Did he get lost going to the bathroom?
He's probably in there like, goddamn Del Taco.
That's right. They're going, oh, Bungo's food.
Oh, Bungo's food's ripping me insides out. Oh, there. Oh, wait. He's jumping around the screen.
He's probably on the phone. Slick, anything you want to work on? You can see Bungo and who's he hanging out with? You're hanging out with the Furbog, Morn. You're hanging out with Patch. So Bungo and Patch are kind of creating a garden out of buckets of shit. And you can see that Bungo's kind of like using, Druidcraft to kind of make it kind of work. You just watch Zephora and Bozic kind of have a conversation, and then Bozic got super creeped out and kind of like took off. And it's first thing in the morning, and Kunlin's already up and decides to kind of keep practicing with his weapon up on the the clearing of the front bow of the ship. Anything you'd like to do or work on?
I think he's probably at this point probably trying to work on something to help the ship be better at navigation.
Ooh, yeah. I love that. And you would also know that currently the Leviathan has certain magical kind of tweaks already to it. The sails are embedded with elemental runes that help it catch more wind. The figurehead of the ship is a gold kraken head. You would also know that there is a section of the cargo hold that drags under the main draft of the waterline, used to smuggle illicit goods and other things in and out of ports that don't want to be that Sable doesn't want to have taxed. The helm wheel has a copper pipe with a magical infusion of message, so that anyone who talks into that pipe, it quickly spreads to where all the other copper pipes are. It's a magical way for the captain to be able to call crew to deck and to do other things as well. And supposedly the Leviathan has an ancient pact that has been scrawled or etched into the keel of the ship. Unfortunately, that's always underwater, so the only time it would ever be, accessible to try to figure out is if somebody were to maybe when the ship is brought into dry dock and the base of it is being cleaned. That might be one possibility. But those are the rumors of the magical effects of the ship that you've already heard about.
I think he would continue on with his. He's gonna make a contraption that's gonna stick to one to the front of the bow and then one to the stern that can help. Okay, so he's gonna be Tron for a second, and he's gonna. You know how the Tron boat was always on those lines?
Yeah.
Right. So he's basically kind of doing that, but so it connects with the ley lines of the world.
Yeah,
So that it's easier for us to navigate and not get lost. Or if we do get lost, how it's easy to kind of find the closest ley line and then go towards the closest ley line to kind of get back on track, kind of a deal.
Yeah, Exandria, sailing in Exandria is more about direction, compass points, the moons, the stars, and with being multiple moons, it does create challenges for navigating the Great Sea Channels. Point-to-point navigation has become very popular. So you'll hear things like the sea route from certain port cities of Marquette to Tal'Dorei to up to Vasselheim to for the most part, for great kind of travel amongst continents on the regular has always been a thing of airships. But with the end of Divergence and with the beginning of the new era of Restoration, magic's become a little bit unreliable, a little bit difficult to weave into Broomstone engines, and airships are slowly kind of falling out of fashion due to their cost and unreliability. So sea travel has become popular yet again. Are you trying to invent a mechanism that would give the captain's navigator advantage on checking the maps? Or what do you feel like you're trying to create?
Yeah, I guess if magic's becoming unreliable, then maybe not ley lines, but maybe magnetic poles.
You can tap the ethereal plane. You could always try to create a device that would tap the ethereal plane and give a much more conscious ability to the navigator to kind of navigate through the open seas.
That would work.
Okay. So as you focus and work on that, Bungo, the furbog, known as Patch, is currently so you really like making gardens, don't you, Bungo?
He's mute.
Who's mute? Bungo?
Patch.
Oh, did I make Patch mute and forget? Hold on.
That's why I was talking.
Oh, that's right. His mouth is stitched. I totally forgot. I got him confused with a different furbog. He uses sign language to communicate with you. And anyone is free to know sign language, ASL. So he communicates through sign language, about your obsession with the garden and nature, and how does this obsession get you onto a ship that's constantly, usually at sea? Quadford, you guys haven't been back in Quadford for almost 3 months. The current sailing trip is taking you pretty far from the village that you've been calling home for a while now. And he's just kind of inquiring why the ship, why at sea? And he's doing it through sign language.
I don't really know. When I stay someplace for long, I have to go. It's like I'm looking for something. I don't know what. I know there's something out there, but I don't know where. And if I stay still too long, it makes me feel sick, like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I just keep looking. I don't know. So, living on a ship, it's never stay still for very long. So I figured that was a good way to go. And there's like growing things way underwater. You can see like the corals and the pretty things like that. So I could probably do stuff with that too. But yeah, I like the forests a lot, but I just don't know the forest that I'm supposed to go to. I just have to keep looking, I just can't. I can't stay someplace. It feels wrong. I don't know. Does that make sense?
He signs back. That makes sense. I find this work to be both intriguing, and I find Captain Sable to be motivating at the same time. I feel like he's on a journey, maybe similar to the journey you're on. And I feel like this journey has taken us all someplace in particular, and we just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we're going. We don't know where we're going, but we're supposed to be somewhere.
And you and him just kind of spend the rest of the day tending the garden, making small talk. Slick. This feels like a more complex item that you're trying to make. What do you think the material components would be that you're trying to make it out of?
What was the end goal? To help? Where is it?
Help the navigator chart better courses.
Through the pulling from the ethereal plane.
Ethereal plane, yeah.
Oh gosh, I would probably need some ectoplasm, some really fine-tuned crystals, gears, cogs, matter converter.
Mr. Atom converts all the rotten food into nuclear fusion. So give me a wisdom check as you assemble everything. No, you're intelligence based. Sorry. Give me an intelligence check as you assemble all the parts and components.
18.
18? That's actually pretty good. I put the DC at 17. Now give me an Arcana check as you try to fuse the magical bits and bobs together.
14 plus 5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19.
19. You managed to create a slide ruler that with the crystals, it taps into the ethereal plane and can give the navigator advantage on her survival checks whenever she's checking the map. So you successfully, by the end of the day, managed to fabricate this device.
Cool.
Mordain and Kunlin, what are you two doing with your day?
How has the day progressed? Because, I had to disappear from it.
So far, everyone's kind of off doing their own thing. Zephora and Bozic, the first mate, had a pretty interesting conversation. Bungo is hanging out with the mute Patch. Slick has been working on some item down in the workshop hold all day, and sounds like maybe he's in the process of finishing its fabrication.
I want to go back to that I don't know, maybe it was a person or whatever it was that I connected to that I felt like I was drowning.
That was the picture of the bishop.
It's still on the boat?
As far as you know, it's in the captain's quarters. Yeah.
I want to go to the captain and see, like, just kind of. I want to go find the captain.
Okay.
He was doing that with the corpse.
Oh, that's right. You guys have the corpse down in the hold. You're right. You have that desiccated corpse down in the hold. Thank you for that note reminder. So yeah, Mordain, you actually head back down into the deep hold, and there is the cloth-wrapped, swaddled remains that you guys had recovered from the temple.
And like a true junkie, I'm gonna go like straight up to it, just remembering the drowning feeling, just like this, like I can look into the deep. I want to see more of what there is.
Yeah.
And I want to try and like dive more.
Give me a charisma save, if you would, please.
Well, it
Floor dice.
helps if I roll the dog in the damn thing. You said charisma? That is a 23.
23 on the charisma save. You place your hands on the wrapped head portion of the corpse. And you play with this power that you have. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. And once again, you feel yourself in the deepest parts of the sea. You feel yourself at the very bottom of a seabed that is littered with the remains of ships. But it's dark down here. Very dark. There's no real sense of day or night, just this stagnant feeling of darkness everywhere. As you look around, you see a bluish light surrounding a figure that is sitting on some rock. But it's sitting on a rock that is surrounded by this tall, scaly-looking spire of coral that is kind of just oscillated and wrapped and heading up into the ocean. But that's when you notice figures around you, additional figures. You see dozens and dozens of waterlogged corpses shambling around in this underwater area. You could see the desiccated and rotted remains of skeletons buried under debris. But this figure draws you closer. And as you draw closer to the figure sitting at the edge of this spire of coral, you see a young-looking version of the bishop. This is clearly his son. And he is wearing tattered clothing that a sailor would wear on a whaling ship. It's almost as if he sits in quiet contemplation, but when he looks up at you, as you look at him, his eye sockets are empty. No sense of anything there. His mouth hangs open. You watch as a crab crawls out of his mouth, down his chin and neck, and disappears into his clothing. You watch as he lifts a hand as if he's trying to grab onto you, but he's behaving almost like he can't see, like he senses you there. But his hand just holds out in front of him. He's only 20 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
I want to keep my distance, but kind of like move around, kind of like try and quietly move around.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh. Hey, it stayed on the thing this time. That is a 13.
As you attempt to quietly move around, this thing has no eyes. But with its hand out in your direction, it follows you. As you kind of 20 feet out, you kind of circle it. But it knows you're there, but that's impossible because this is just a corpse. This is just a thing projecting itself on you. Wherever this thing is, it's got to be far away from you. It couldn't possibly be close by. The water's cold here. Your movement is sluggish. You get the feeling that something else is here. There are shambling corpses wandering all about you, but none of them come close to this individual in the middle. This shadowy corpse remains of the bishop's son just sits there patiently waiting with its arm and hand extended outward.
I want to look around and see if I can get like a gist. Like, can I tell if this is like a landmark or something, that maybe the water is just a thing, or if it's like a location that I can actually register?
Investigation or survival, your choice.
I'm gonna do survival. That's a 5.
5. This place is strange. It's hard to figure out. It's hard to understand what this place is. You're not even sure if it's a real place, but everything about it feels real. But you have no idea where it is. No sense of its location. It feels vast. It feels empty.
Okay. I almost like, not when you say empty, like there's just so much to it that like I can't even begin to grasp how much there is.
Yeah, like you move to, like, as you're circling, the place feels unending. And the one thing that's missing is ocean currents. If this is truly deep in the ocean, where are the currents? Where's the sway, the ebb and the back and forth sway of things? Why is that not here? And that strikes you as strange.
So in that case, I'll try and speak to the corpse.
What do you say?
Where are you?
The corpse suddenly, in the sitting position, its face gets animated. Its mouth attempts to move. And then you hear a psychic connection established with you. I am at the bottom's end. I am at the deep down. I am on the precipice of his will.
Whose will?
The one that makes all of this possible. It's strange. The corpse has no eyes and it looks around as if it can see, or maybe as if it can hear. Hard to know, hard to tell. He, her, it, they speak to me. They called me to this deep, this briny deep. And here I sit. I know I must wait, and here I wait. But I don't know what I wait for.
This is a delight. Where can I find you? Whose will this warmth of the water.
Look to the east. Look to the south. Follow the trail. Follow the spires.
The what?
The spires.
The spires will show us the way.
And then you just feel the psychic connection just suddenly break away. And you're now back in the dark hold with the hands wrapped around the head of the corpse's wrapped kind of linens and things wrapped around its head.
Just now massively annoying. Just I have to escape that. It was just so freeing. The water, the pressure. What a journey. Go up and like it's like a zealot telling like the town crier or something like, hear me, hear me.
Are you doing this up on the main deck of the ship?
Yeah.
Preach, brother. Preach.
What are you talking about?
The men in the linens. Story he told. The bishop's son. There's so much. The spires. The sea will wink. The sea will wave. The sea will move.
Those mushrooms were not meant for eating.
I like your tentacles.
Don't we all?
At least I'm not the only weird one on board. The navigator doesn't like me.
Then we can get along together.
I will not fall into your trap. I back up.
Have it your way.
Anybody else want to do anything with the remains of the day and the remains of the evening?
Kunlun gives out the crew free massages. to improve the morale.
Oh, happy ending. Okay.
The sad ending was just, but
We're live, Tamora.
Let's do this.
but while he's doing that, like he's also doing like elements of like chiropractic manipulation, like
yeah. Like
But while he's doing it, he's studying the flow of chi,
Did you say?
and like his secret goal is to learn how to paralyze opponents.
Gotcha. Love it. How's your insight? Is your insight decent enough that would be our stat, or that would be our skill check, or what skill check do you think would make sense?
I mean, medicine, insight.
Yeah, medicine or insight. Yeah. I like that. That's a creative note.
24.
24. It's interesting. Those that don't study and don't understand the importance of the physical idea of discipline and training, of both the combination of mind and body, you begin to pick up on information that you begin to realize that there's pressure points and nerve endings and areas of connective tissue, tendons, and things that are attached and connected in ways that feel like they could be used to stun or paralyze people momentarily. And you kind of catch yourself realizing that for most of the sailing crew, they're in pretty decent shape. So getting through the muscle tissue and finding those endpoints become less challenging because of this. And I would say if you continue to practice the idea of chi, we can eventually create a feat around it as you've kind of started that learning idea of knowing your opponent or knowing a weakness of your opponent. We can even treat it like a version of True Strike, where you have an inherent ability to use True Strike once per day, which allows you to learn insightful information about your opponent or target that you're focused on.
Yep, makes sense.
Bungo will
Anybody else before the final day of travel?
Yeah, Bungo will go to Slick with his weird idea of taking spells that are like half done, separated, and put in a glass jar or bottle. And when thrown and the glass breaks, they mend to make wild magic weirdness.
Ooh, I like that. So you're going to create glass objects that when you throw, they mend?
Yeah, well, yeah, look at the chat I wrote. You take like runes or whatever and stuff, like half and half.
Okay.
They mend when the glass breaks with the hope that it's going to go bad because magic is so wild and weird and messed up.
I would say a future craft of that would make sense, but unfortunately Slick has spent the entire evening working on the navigational device.
Yep. It's just the idea.
If you just give me the notes on it and give me the theory, then I can work off of that.
Okay, just shake me really hard. It'll come out of my mouth.
Roll for shake.
Roll for a tooth drops out.
There you go. Yeah, I'll scribble down my half-baked idea.
Okay.
Pin it to his cluttered work desk. I'm sure it's cluttered.
Click off a long rest if you need it. You guys are now on your final day of travel before arriving at the Island of Knowledge. And sure enough, early morning, the bell tolls, and you hear the land ho signal from the helmsman. And you watch as the entire crew kind of go over towards the front of the ship. And looking over the railing, you can see the silhouette of an island no more than a mile away.
That doesn't look like a hoe to me. Oh, land hoe.
Yeah, land.
Oh, I'm still trying to get this pirate thing together.
Eventually, Captain Sable comes up on the deck, pulls out his spyglass, looks at the island, kind of unfurls the map back in front of the navigator. That seems to be it. Zephora.
Yes?
Take your team onto the island. Check it out. If the beaches are clear, well, because
why do you keep asking me about these people? I don't control them.
Well, you do today. Anyways, take your people ashore, check out the beach. If it's clear, come back. We'll weigh anchor, and then we'll all set to the beach. I'll leave a light watch on the ship.
Okay.
This part where you doff your hat and say, yes, Captain. I'll do it right away.
I don't have a hat.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Someone gets a
fly. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain.
Go. Makes me feel better knowing that somebody knows what they're saying.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, that was a little creepy. Maybe not saying.
Aye!
How were you asked for?
That's how I do it now!
Whatever you say.
The captain just shakes his head and says, for fuck's sake.
You made us our crew. You made us your crew, so.
I hate this. Zephora, take your people on board. She don't like this shit at all. This sucks.
I didn't know they emptied out the asylum.
For this ship, they did.
I thought I said that when you first asked me to join. I came.
They got a
from
guy who
my-
throws
Oh.
knives that doesn't like to kill people. I mean, I don't even...
Hey, I stabbed my bad guy. I'm very stabby.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was Bungo and Morday. No, it was Bungo that was hesitant
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
kill.
I didn't like that at all. I don't trust
He's a
him.
youngin. I mean, look at him.
But
he's
Mordain is
special.
like, I'm a fan of Mordain right now. He's like awesome.
If you give me some rich people that don't deserve their money, I'll be happy to kill them.
You first, Mordain. You can go on board.
I'm
You
gonna
can
be
go on board the
casting-
dinghy, Mordain.
I'm going to be casting Elevated Sight off and on during this. I pasted the spell
Is that a
description.
cantrip?
It is not.
Roll to cast. Bungo.
Yeah. For each time that you cast it, you gotta give me your casting roll.
Okie dokie. Before we head over
Maybe
there, I'll do it.
Load.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled an 01 on a D100. What happens? Oh, you fold
11?
into your left pocket.
So it's a level 1.
Yeah,
I
level
rolled
1
an 11.
spell. Yeah, you rolled 11.
You
No,
see 11?
the spell casts perfectly fine. And the effect of the spell is a sensor hovers above you.
Yep,
Did you just fabricate a drone?
basically
Must
And
be
how
a
long does the spell last?
a minute.
A minute?
Yeah, just looking for a bird's eye view of the area. I should
yeah, that's
probably send my bird instead. Next time, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, you watch as the sensor goes up. It gives you a great bird's eye view of the tender being loaded with equipment, and with Slick and Kunlin and Sephora and Mordain and yourself getting ready to get into the tender. And it's a bird's eye view of you guys in the tender. Kunlin's rowing. The tender is going over some deeper parts of reefs and corals. You get the feeling that where the ship is currently at, it's going to have to anchor there. You're a mile away from the shore of the island. Unfortunately,
does it look like jungle?
it looks well. Give me a perception check, Sephora, as you stare at the island as you guys are getting closer.
Perception. I got 10.
10. It looks like an island with trees.
Okay.
I mean, to you, from your eyes, it looks like a typical island. I mean, it seems to match the size and description of the map. The map had something on there called the Keep of Illusions, but you haven't seen any sign of anything. There's a decent small mountainous portion in the middle of the island, and supposedly somewhere on the island should be a small town, although it's not necessarily named. You definitely feel like you're coming towards the coast where the Keep of Illusions would be, because there's two very small atolls one to your right and one to your left. They couldn't be larger than maybe a few thousand square feet of island. They're probably more above the surface reef lines than anything else. So you definitely feel like the map is accurate as far as shape and size is concerned. That much you can figure just by looking at it. But I mean, it's a mix of jungle and mountainscape from center outwards. You guys are approaching a more beach-like center of the south portion of the island. And just as your sensor goes out, Bungo, like as the minute is up, these waters are definitely shark infested. Like heavily shark infested waters. And no real sign of any shipwrecks or anything that would tell you someone's been here before, at least from this perspective that you're coming from.
There's sharks in the water.
Bet you won't turn into a dolphin now.
I don't know. I think a dolphin could take a shark.
Let's watch.
He watches a massive great white shark comes cruising by the tender. It's like the same size of the tender, if not bigger, and then kind of submerges down into the water.
Don't do it, Bungo. Not worth it.
Okay. Dang it. That could have been fun.
Hey, Bungo.
I now know how to change into a shark.
Bungo, you know that dolphins sometimes will poke the puffer fish and get high from it.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you ever done that as a dolphin?
Oh, yeah. Not yet. No. I only got the shapeshift after our last adventure. I knew how to do it, but I couldn't quite figure it out exactly, but it finally clicked when we slept.
Zafar, what are we doing here? Exactly. Why did the captain have us come out here?
You
I
were
mean, there's
there
no
when he was talking, weren't you?
No, but there's no mechanical bits. There's nothing for me to research. I'm gonna get bored and fast.
He said there might be some old mechanical devices hidden on the island.
Oh, that case. Let's get going.
So like now you want to go? Not like when we're talking about the sea or something. You're ready to go. It's when we got mechanical things. So it's you people.
It has to do with the bishop, Mordain.
Wait, what?
This has to do with the bishop.
I tried to go and pick up sleep.
You should make sure everyone's on board with us going there, Mordain.
You feel the underdraft of the tenders scrape up on the beach as you guys are now on the beach of the island. You can hear the sounds of the jungle that's no more than maybe about 100 feet in front of you. It's gravel. It's gravel and shell, and then it's like 100 feet of beach, and it just immediately gets into the line of where the jungle kind of meets up with the beach. And it's this very dense, thick vegetation that extends off. There's a freshwater stream off to your right. You can see water kind of slowly trickling from inside the jungle and making it, like connecting with the seawater. This feels like a good spot to set up camp.
I automatically take out my metal detector. Start going around combing the beach.
Your metal detector. Which is basically a stick with a magnet on it.
Yeah, really, that's pretty much what it is.
Give me investigation, Slick, as you start looking and combing the beach.
12 plus
What's
5.
going on? Can you guys hear me or see me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you. Your camera did this to you that last time. I think you had to jump out and jump back in to get it to work.
17.
Damn Luddites. What'd you get?
17 on investigation.
17. You guys watch as Slick pulls out this stick with a metal bar at the end of it and starts, I'm going to go look around, and just starts combing the beach with it. Anybody else doing anything?
Start setting up camp.
Yeah. Gonna help set up camp. Well, other than that, yeah.
Okay, so you start unloading the tender and bringing out the crates and other gear that was put inside.
Use mold earth to make a nice flat spot.
So we pull up the thingy past the shoreline and tie it off so it doesn't, to a tree or something, so it doesn't float away. So we don't have to swim for it.
Through the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you send the signal to the captain that the beach is clear yet? Currently, Slick is still searching and combing through the beach.
Okay. I just breathe in the jungle smell.
And it's that smell. It's there. Vegetation, rot, stagnant air. You could hear all the kind of wild sounds of the jungle, the birds and the cat calls of the different wild animals inside. Every now and then, as you guys are setting up camp and watching Slick kind of checking the beach itself, there's like a low rumble or roar, like it's coming from way off in the distance.
Welcome to
Slick.
Park.
Yeah, welcome to Jurassic Park. Slick, you find virtually nothing as you're doing this until you feel the weight of the stick go whoop, like it just comes to a dead halt, and like it found something too heavy for the magnet to kind of like pull at whatever metal it's found, and it's almost you kind of struggle to disconnect it as you found something metal.
Sleep. Start digging. Right here.
Watch as a crab, the little mechanical crab, starts like burrowing into the sand, and eventually the sand clears away. It is a 5-foot metal hatch door.
Oh, can adjust his goggles a little bit. He's gonna see check for like radiation. Radiation, not even a thing. He's gonna check for
for magic.
Magic, yeah, not radiation. Check for magic.
Where's this guy from?
I don't know. Across dimensions.
Slick is interdimensional.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He slides in and out of the multiverse like most
yeah,
people
it's
put
just-
on
it's
shoes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Slick, give me an Arcana check as you're examining the hatch.
Arcana 11 plus 5.
16. No sense of magic whatsoever. Nothing. It doesn't even look like the thing is locked. It's just a shut hatch with a kind of metal bar that you can easily move out of the way to release it. There's no way to see inside though.
Okay. I'll open it up.
Okay. Give me a strength check as you try to open up the hatch.
Not a strength check, no. That's, yeah, like I said, that's a natural 1.
Yeah, it doesn't budge.
Hey, Conlon! Conlon! I need your help! I found something! I found something metal! It's a door! I can't! I'm a small goblin! I can't move this!
I'm just gonna go hide.
Are you creeping off into the jungle, Zephora?
Yeah, yes, just away from the noise. So when whatever attacks me,
It could be buried treasure! Get over here!
Zephora, give me a stealth check if you would, please. I love
25.
25. Yeah, you disappear into the edges of the jungle. Of course, Kunlun walks away just in time to need to help Slick. Kunlun, you back yet?
Yep.
Don't turn your back on me, Conlon! I need your help!
Oh, what are you saying? You want help?
There's this metal door right here. Or metal shaft or something. I mean, look at these fingers. These
little stubs.
Look at these fingers. I can't get in there. Can you move
Okay.
this?
Okay, let me help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kunlun, give me a strength check, Kunlun, as you try
I'll
to.
split the treasure 20-80.
11.
11 doesn't budge.
Okay, I'll split the treasure 30-70.
Someone like tries to like create like some sort of contraption, like he like ties a rope and then ties it against something else, like a rock or whatever. Like tries to create some sort of a tree, like a lever and pulley system.
Bungo, you and Mordain notice that Zephora is nowhere to be seen. You're not sure where she went. There's footprints that lead up to the edge of the jungle, and then they just got to disappear into the jungle. But you can see Kunlun and Slick.
Like a slither trail.
I don't think she's. You're not half. Your Yanti lineage
I'm an
is not.
infiltrator. I don't look.
I know.
See, you
broke
just
his
caused him
pad,
to
too.
spend. You just caused him to spend his last 1 minute of his quarter on his internet.
Sorry.
No, there's no snake trail of Zephora heading off into the
Snail
jungle.
trail. Is that what you're looking for, Bill? Mhm.
I didn't want to say it.
But Mordain, you and Bungo look over to see Kunlun and Slick. They're dragging like the remains of palm trees and stones, and they seem to be building some kind of miniature crane or fulcrum. Slick, give me an intelligence check as you and Kunlun are trying to, and you have advantage because Kunlun's the weight and putting things together, and you're kind of helping him assemble this device to kind of help open up the hatch.
I was an @1 on my first one, so. But
How close are they?
I got 17.
17. I mean, they're only about 40 feet away, so you know, you and Mordain could easily see that they're working on something.
What's the distance on guidance? I have to touch them.
No. Guidance, we changed that rule. So as long as you're within 30 feet of somebody, guidance is now an area of effect.
You guys need some help with that?
So next time you guys try, you have advantage again and a D4 for guidance. And if Mordain lends a hand, I'll lower the DC.
I lend water.
I'm just in the edge of the jungle, and I'm keeping an eye out for anything that might be approaching.
Yeah, give me a perception check if you want.
I mean, you can help, but I'm not sharing any more of the gold. I'm already split 80-20.
Okay.
I got 16.
16? Okay. So who wants to roll to try to open the hatch again? It's still going to be a strength check, but it's a lower DC. You have advantage because of the device that you've built. And then you get a D4 for guidance.
I have no strength, so I think somebody else should.
I have a -1 strength, so.
Oh, you're worse off than me. I have only 0. Kunlun, I think you should do it.
Okay. What we do? Strength check?
Strength advantage and then a D4 on top of it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, 13.
13. With the elaborate framework built over it, and with like all of you trying, it's like watching a very quick person with 3 very weak people trying to open up something that's clearly like it's either rusted shut or something, but it just doesn't budge.
Kunlun comes over and just like starts like striking it to dislodge it.
Give me an attack roll, Kunlun, as you just kind of like fuck this shit, and you punch down at it like where you think that maybe it's being held together.
23.
Did you roll advantaged though? I don't think you rolled a second D20.
Oh, that last strength check. Did you roll with advantage?
Oh no. Let me do it. Let me do it again.
Okay.
Oh, it's even worse. Not worse.
It's even worse.
Let's attack the damn
Sorry,
thing.
I said anything.
What's up with that? Everybody's rolling shit.
I go back to attack. Attack was 23.
Kunlun just flat palms the hinge area of the hatch, and when he does, the old iron hinges like bust loose and drop out, and there's like a kind of popping noise as the hatch kind of pops up a couple inches, and there's this stench, a stench that is clearly a stench of rotting corpses that just kind of billows out of the interior of this hatch. As Slick, you quickly go over, you lift the hatch up with Kunlun's help, and it just falls open with no problems. You look down, and you could see an old iron ladder that goes down below the waterline of the beach. And you could see about 20 feet down, there's water, and you could see corpses floating in the water. Zephora, as you're keeping out watch, you hear something approaching. As you are in your hidden space, that you're suddenly overwhelmed with a smell of rot that kind of comes from the beach. And you can see where Slick, Kunlun, Bungo, and Mordain have opened up a hatch, and there's air leaking out that just permeates the smell of rot into the jungle.
Green fog.
And, yeah. And as you're sitting there keeping an eye out, you watch as a pack of 6 raptors go right by you. They don't see you, but they go right by you and start racing out onto the beach towards the other 4 who are all looking down into the hatch. And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
Damn you!
Damn you,
I was
raptors!
right. I was right. Welcome to Jurassic Park. I was right.
You are going to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur ride, aren't you?
Right, aren't you? Hey, are you guys all good for next Monday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, stick around because we're going to talk about the following Monday because I think we're going to end up taking that day off, but I want to talk about it. Other than that, everyone else, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Be kind, be safe, and don't forget, play a game. Good night, everybody.
Bye.